Well, lucky you, huh? You're welcome. Charlie Greer podcast again. Like, share, subscribe, comment. If you want to support this shit show, you can go to the description. There's a Zelle link or info, whatever the fuck it is. So it's me again. Am I the only podcaster that smokes? Oh well, I quit for 11 years, man. 11 years I quit. Uh, 11 years. It was hard to quit too. But then I had, shit happened, lives, whatever, and I was sober. I need something. Started smoking again. And started in slow because after 11 years, remember I took that first cigarette and I took a couple of hits. I had to lay down for like an hour. I was like sick. I was going to throw up. Like, I'll never do this again. Later on that night, I took it. You got to ease into the sickness, which is smoking. So today, Patton Oswalt, expert level creepy. And let me start off, preface this with I was a huge Patton Oswalt fan. I thought he was I thought he was the shite. Till I met him, of course. I had to deal with his douche. I mean, I've met a lot of douchebags. I mean a lot. He's impressive. I gotta give him to that. He's the king of the douches. So hey, if he didn't want me to tell this, he shouldn't have been acting like. And it's not only me. I'm not going to name names besides his, but, and I'm not even going to say certain things about him that I know that I'm gonna censor myself because again, there's just so many things I can. And I ain't a snitch, and I don't want to be sued, and this, that, and everything. But yeah, Patton Oswalt. Let me start. Let me just say, okay. So I used to manage an art gallery, but it was like a kind of a complex. This is in Burbank, and I'm not going to say the name. It isn't there anymore, and I'm not going to mention again. So it was not but it was like there were 3 actual businesses, and the owner just literally like busted through, rented all 3, made a entry. So when you start to the left, it was a nice art gallery. Then in the middle, there was the station in the hallway, and all that was the spa. And then on the right, there was for the stylists, people that cut hair and do makeup and whatever. And they had a makeup section and all this stuff. Nice. Like, mid-level celebrities and stuff coming in there. Yeah. There was like 21 girls and me. So I managed the art gallery. And then like, we want extra hour? They kind of pulled me into I had to do the front for the spa. Sometime. Well, at the end, that's all I was doing because the art shows were. But anyway, so I'm running this art gallery. We're doing like, I think, a show a month. It's just one person show, no group show. Well, we did a group show anyway. Most of it was just like a solo show. And the person that owned this was pretty smart because they were like, hey, we can't sell booze, but we can give it away. So she made this killer bar. Had a Stella draft beer, Stella, one of my favorite beers, and just nice and all kinds of cool, So my job, sometimes at 10 in the morning, was to give out art gallery. They're walking around their hair, you got to wait, let it sit, whatever. They're walking around. They had a book section and sold like posters of hipster, and they'd be swinging by. Hey, I need give me a drink. I have a drink. It's 10 in the morning. Sure. So that's what I did. I would booze people up, and when they'd have these trays that you push around, and they're for like keep their like clippers and everything on. I would just put draft beers, whatever wines, and walk through. Hey, it was free. Again, it was a promotion. Like, you can come in here, and as long as you're getting something done, we will booze you up to an extent. We don't want people. I mean, granted, sometimes people had to call their husband. Can I get him? And honestly, by the time they could just walk behind the bar, I mean, they had me doing everything. They just go do this, that. And technically, I was the art gallery manager, but I just everything. The stylist want a new bench in the back of the where they smoke behind the building. So you need to make this. We went to IKEA, build this IKEA monster, So yeah, we had people coming in. Now at the time, I was engaged to the master esthetician. Now an esthetician is like waxing. They do, a lot of waxing. At the time, it was Brazilians, just everything, whatever. And she was like the master esthetician, they made bank. And I was engaged to her, and she was fine. I mean, so, but we're not keeping it. People know, but we're not we're not hugging. You know what I'm saying? Like she'll act just like we're at work. And everybody's hitting on her. I'm talking about everybody from just that, man, woman, you name, So in strolls Patton Oswalt. And, I'm cool with him. I'm in he comes in the gallery first. And he's like, oh, how you doing? I don't mention it. It's like, hey, welcome, look around. If you need anything, if you want a drink, let me know. Leave him be. Don't, hey, you're none of that. Just quick, 3 seconds. Oh, okay, I'm not, just follow. But the estheticians and the people and the women are waiting and this, that in the bookstore, and they all come, oh, yeah. And at the time he's doing like Ratatouille. So he was. Again, I was a fan of this guy. I loved his sense of humor. I know I have friends that are kind of like that. I have family that are kind of like that. But I'm observing, and then he how he's reacting to. Now, granted, at first I thought it was because you get descended on like 10, 15 like really attractive women. They're like, I act like they know it, I mean, and he's just kind of and he's a geek, man. I'm a geek too, but he's he's short and kind of strange. Anyway, so he's like, yeah, I'll take that drink. What, so I rattle off what we have. At the end of the bar, against the wall, where the light comes in all day, and they've been there forever. There was like 3 box wines, like 2 whites and 1 red. And I always throw it away. You pour it out. Looks like sea monkeys in it. I mean, it's just gross. Like who would have? And we had other wines. We had, again, Stella. We had this, you could have anything you want. I mean, I would make drinks like it was. So I'm rattling off, that's well, what is that? I think he's joking. I mean, he's a comedian. Like, oh, that's dude, you don't want that. That's a box wine. I mean, it looks like it's got sea monkeys in it. And right off the bat, I get this attitude. Like some people are just contrary. Like, don't you tell me what to do. Like an emotional age is like baby level, And he said something like, he wouldn't look me in the eye. He's looking at the bottom. Nah, I will. Don't. I go, look, man. I mean, and we had these like clear, cup, poured it out. And you could see, like, it's been sitting, some kind of white. He wanted white too, like a Pinot Noir or whatever the fuck it was. See, no, he takes it. And I know I tried it 6 months ago and it tasted like it was starting acidic vinegar. I mean, it's been sitting there and the cheap boss wouldn't throw it away. I mean, we had other wines. We had wine sitting out. You could see, nice, not the box wine. Now, maybe he's being a hipster. But I remember, it's just like there's so much you could, he takes it, take a sip of this, and he's like, whoa, but now he's going to drink it. So he's walking around the gallery. Then he leaves, and the girls were like, well, he went kind of weird, And somebody goes, oh, he's just, you guys bum rusting, So the next thing he comes in, he wants some waxing done. He wants to get wax, okay, whatever. With My fiance. I can see he's scoping everybody out, and he's not the only celebrity that would do this. And she was cool with him. Matter of fact, he was nice to her. I mean, whatever, for a bit. Yeah, and so in his mind, he's thinking like I'm just some schmuck that like works in whatever. You would think if he's hip and creative, whatever, and Dungeons and Dragons, and the guy at the art gallery, and I was dressing hip, booze and like jobs like this don't exist unless like in LA and New York and Chicago, who knows, Vegas maybe. No, he's just gonna, if we're again, he would he would have to wait because there was a wait, especially if we were walking, you might have to wait like an hour. So he was one of those. Again, I didn't say anything. Like I wasn't like, just keep it in generalities. It's like, hey, I didn't want to go. But one time I out of that, I go, hey, what you been up to, man? Because he's been coming in and we get familiar. I was thinking he's like, oh, nothing, whatever. He's like, I'm not going to talk. How dare you ask me? Man, this crazy. I was like, no, dude, I don't want to know. I can't give a fuck about what you're doing. I mean, it's general. I got to make a conversation. I'm not a robot. A lot of times I just keep my mouth shut. I mean, come on, man. So then that was the first, like he had this walk too. It's like there's a Napoleon conflict, man. People have this walk. It's like Stalin had it, Hillary Clinton's got it. I mean, there's those when he's, and so he started doing this like stiff walking around. It's not what people talk. And some of these estheticians and stylists are kind of rock stars in their world. You don't want to mess with these women. They're making bank. They will emotionally, verbally, just what did you again? They're around celebrity. They think they're a celebrity. I mean, and quite honestly, in that world, they are because they train other. And I could be. They're always threatening. If I leave, and that's one of the reasons why this salon was so. Matter of fact, when the owner got rid of some of these estheticians, bye. They were right. They were making her bank. And a little play. I mean, it had 3 stores, but in Burbank, just right near this. It was smart for her to do right near the Burbank, studios and the TV, blah. Everybody went there to get their waxing and their hair done and whatever. Rock stars would go in there and just get like zeroed out. I mean, and the girl would be like, I'm gonna charge you $180. You go to the barbershop. No, dude, just okay. But yeah, he started getting like every time he would come, it was just like, come on, man, like maybe your familiarity. He's just like, I don't give a fuck about people. And I get that too. That's kind of cool, but not like this. Not like when you're, and they talk. A lot of these women were like executives in Burbank and blah, this, that, and managers and agents and this, these girls, and it's just start talking. You don't want to. I was like, I learned to keep just take it, man. When you're in a situation like that, just one dude, 21 women, any of that, just take it, man. Lean into it, laugh. You're not going to win. That's why they like me. I'd have been fired if I had no, just that's the only way they'll love. They did. They loved me because I stopped their tips getting stolen. Like nobody knew who was stealing the tips. I started getting, then everybody getting their tips, and then they're like, "Wait a minute, I'm getting all the what? Well, how much money have I got?" Yeah, these girls get like $300 tips. They put a little envelope and drop it in this, and somebody was stealing anyway. So Patton, expert creepy level. Didn't know that who he was getting waxed from was my fiance. And then she didn't tell him, and he'd go in there and like complain about everybody. Man, that guy, and she'd be like, "Oh, okay." My fiance would be, "Oh, whatever." So one of these, it was evening, so they closed it around like 7 or 8. So it was right before we closed. He came in, and by then I don't know what he's up to or what he's into, this, that, and the other. But there's a certain, your eyes start going crazy. You just can't hold it back. I don't know. Maybe the stress of the ratatouille. I don't know. You're dealing with like the hordes of hey, it can be a combination of things. But he was, I mean, I can't say much, but we're in this he's talking about something, again, and it's creepy. I don't want to be talking to this dude. Like, I'd lost. He's like, hey, I'm not going to watch his movie. He's not fun. Matter of fact, when I try to watch, he's not funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you've seen it, and again, we were uber fan. Me and my roommates, I had 2 roommates, this couple, we'd watch Patton. We were, and I was his defender to some of these girls. At first, I was like, I didn't say anything. Come on, he's busy, whatever. So I forgot what, I know what but I can't say certain things. So I replied back to him. I'm like, I'm engaged to your esthetician, the master esthetician, and just that whole. I should have did it weeks or months before, Then he knows that I know certain things. Yeah, the truth window was just pushed wide, Artie Lang, he has a bit about people having their chambers of secrets. Yeah. The chamber door is wide fucking open, man. That's all I said. I did, and I walked away, started doing that, and I could just see his, okay, quick. I'm not, but he must know what I'd say. Yeah, oh, maybe he isn't. So long story short, he got passed off. Like my fiance with this, I don't forgot how. Oh, see, I'm not going to be doing men anymore. I'm being so busy too, and unless you gotta, I'm raising my pride, whatever. I'm going to give to so and so. What? Looking at me like, has he? See, that thing about that. Another thing about how crazy, see that's power. This guy's got a lot more money than me. Obviously can't get laid. It turned out he was married or something. I don't know. It's like, revenge is a dish best served cold, because there's so much backtracking. He wouldn't even come, but he would come in. He wouldn't come in the gallery. He wouldn't make eye contact. And good. Thank you. Creating these problems. There were other celebrities that literally were turned away, like banned. At first, they're kind of cool, and then they started, and it's just like, and again, these managers or agents, it's like, oh, I know we every Wednesday we go get falafel at the. I'll tell her, you never see these. It's a small world, man. The entertainment industry, especially, LA is spread out in this thing there, but man, it's a small quagmire in entertainment industry. I mean, they straight up get banned. Who do they come to tell these poor souls that they can't meet? I got to walk. My thing was, I just walked through. Yeah, come on, walking through the door. Look, take my side. Look, man, you can't come back. We've had some complaints. I remember the first time I had to do it, and one asked me, she's like, "What did you say to him?" I said, "Not much. I mean, I'm not going to get mad, and I'm just doing my job," kind of thing. That kind of. And it was sad because I love Patton Oswalt. And honestly, I'm over it. Like, I watched some of his. I still think he's fucking funny. When you're in the midst of it. And this was years ago. This was like 2006, maybe 2000. If I saw him, he wouldn't remember me. I would not say a word. I wouldn't. Even if God for somehow I wouldn't say anything. And I've done that a lot too, being around somebody, and then you're around them again, and you're just like, don't say it. Again, you want to keep your. I don't want to, but I'm not gonna hold my own. I don't need to get approval from. But yeah, it's sad to think that. And I remember I'd come home at night, talk to my room. They were engaged, and talk to them, and we were defending Pat. Like we were like, by the end there's like, oh my God, can I come? We want to see. No, I'm not gonna. But people did. I mean, hey, what are you gonna do? A total facade. Total facade. Just being living in LA for 24 years and roaming the streets and knowing this, that, and the other thing, and then you think that just the street goes into business and corporate, and how do you think they're doing so well? They're they don't even use the pirate code. The pirate one for all and all for one. Fuck that. They claim to be socialists. They don't want anybody having anything except them. Their thought pattern, So what point I'm trying to make is I've been around motherfuckers where I can read you. Come on, when you walk by a kill, what I mean? You walk by, you get that. He's like, there, Lord. That time's like 1,000. Where you've been around, when you're around people that have done, I don't know what they've done, but my humble opinion, it isn't good. I can feel that. Anybody can feel that. That's what I was shocked about. Not only him, but like others that I've been. It's just like, whoa, what's going on? No, but then again, I've been around people that you didn't. They were cool. They were, isn't everybody? Like what do people do to get ahead? What kind of secret little clubs are they involved with? Well, I'm this and that, and again, when we truthful reality, if we were like on a level playing field, Patton Oswalt wouldn't be acting. I mean, come on, man. Come on. What's he going to do? He has to nail that truth window shut on the daily, man. Just his chamber of secrets, as Artie Lang would say. And again, don't wrap yourself, dude. You're damn near a movie star. What the fuck are you doing in Burbank? If you got money, you can have a good time. Self-sabotage, perhaps? Subconsciously, you get off on you're an emotional masochist and you don't even know something. Yeah. I learned that a long time ago. No matter how much money, that little small circle you think you're a righteous motherfucker, strangers will back you. You'll be standing in the ground. That is coming. That's a lonely world to be in if you're delusional enough to think. Again, it's all verbal. I'm not going to hurt anybody. I mean, that ain't me. But yeah, his truth window, and again, I can't say. Yeah, you would want to know. I guarantee you. We all be laughing. And again, I hate censoring myself, but I got to. My friend was saying, "Oh, you tell the story like you told me, dude." I'd be I would be gone. Even if I had to pay, hey, go to PayPal, whatever the hell. Go. I have a site, $5 a month. They're going to be. I can't say so. Even then, I would have to. I mean, I'd censor myself halfway. But this is another thing. If he would have been cool, we'd have been inviting him to our party. We were having parties, man. There was some cool shit going on. Bring your wife. I mean, what the heck? Come on. No. Let me create this awkward, passive aggressive, linear, or maybe it's not linear. You don't even like, there is no, he has nothing. I'm just riding this train. And then what does that tell you? What does that tell you when people are just like, he's used to doing that? That's all he knows. He's around, everybody around him is like that. Well, no, he's eccentric, whatever the fuck. And his little secret kind of whatever they are, Dungeons and Dragons Club, whatever they're calling it nowadays. You can't be around righteous people. And I say people because women are righteous too. I mean, and these girls were cool. These estheticians and stylists and the girls up front, some of the coolest people I've ever been around. Matter of fact, I learned a lot working around those 21 women because I'd never been around, and also like driven, smart, obedient to their goals. You know, people think women are no. I hate that. I was raised by a single mother. I mean, and she conquered. She did well when me. So they can't stop their kind of thought pattern. Like I'm conquer, I'm going to succeed, whatever. And then somebody, you get a little in front of them. I don't care if they're a celebrity. I made 12 million. Who gives a fuck? You know, better save your money kind of thing. And at first it was kind of hard for me to crack that, you know, to get in because one, I didn't want to. And I think that's why, like at first when I was working there, they'd be walking around inviting me and they wouldn't even, I would ignore it. They wouldn't tell. Nope. And then next thing you know, well, a couple months, I'm the master of the ceremony. We're going here, we're there, and they want to drive me home because I'm driving. It's everything. So yeah, there's this certain things. I mean, it's monkey simple sometimes. Like it's so much easier to do the right thing. You know, we're living this day and age where everybody's just like, just coming at you with their sexuality. I don't care, man, whatever you do, but don't browbeat me with it. It's like the frat boys in the 80s. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get laid. Go get laid. I mean, hell, who cares? Don't tell me. I don't give a fuck what you identify as. Leave me be. It ain't my business, man. You do you. Again, I don't care. I'll fight for people's rights to do what they want to do. But don't be, come on, there's a difference. See, that's another thing. There is a difference. Don't project all that stuff. And again, with Patton projecting that he's just, I'm this psycho guy or whatever. And at first he didn't do that. He was, even though he was just, no, I don't like to take pictures. I don't, whatever the hell he was saying to those girls. So they're whipping out their phone. And it was like, who the fuck are you? Don't come to me to get a haircut. Again, bam, you don't want to. And a lot of these girls do sleep with celebrity or date. I don't know. But yeah, it's a shame. Because in my mind, even that first time when, you know, the wine, he took that wine, like who would do that? Who's nanny boo-boo enough? Because I've been around like some people like nanny. It's all about being contrary. Do you want to do that? No. Don't tell me. That's all. You can't converse with these people. Unless you're another kind of passive aggressive coward that's gonna, hey, I'm passive aggressive and cowardly too. Hey, let's be friends. Again, I've met so many fucking people. Yeah. I know what's fucking cool. This is the attitude people have. Like, don't believe your lying eyes or ears. Yeah, I'm gonna believe my lying eyes and ears. What? If you're standing in front of me and you're behaving a certain way, what am I supposed to let you? Again, I was at work. And that's why they kept me around because I could deal with these. I could be, again, I'm not a star fucker. I don't give a. I know what it takes to get there, and I ain't gonna. Even on the lowest, easiest level, I ain't doing it. Yeah, no. And there were there were times where before Patton kind of again he started cutting everybody off, not want to talk, but then he had to go there, And I think the other girl passed him on to someone else. I don't know, but when I thought, wow, man, you should be friendly to these people and me, because obviously you need a good time, you need to have fun, you need to something. Get out of your little bubble. You need to come to one of our parties or what I get to get barbecue, pool party, whatever the fuck it was. And there were times where we were there when the girls, again, they're going around, hey, we're going to, so and so's grandparents has a place on the beach. You got, you get inviting people, and then even customer, and then Patton. What was that? Oh yeah, we're going to, it's going to be a big blowout. What's that? It well, it's private. I mean, I'm like, man, see, no foresight. If you'd had any kind of foresight, you would have realized, like, you know what? If I'm cool with these people, maybe because he just seemed, and what I can't say much, but he would say certain things, like he was lonely. Like I'd let him talk, be like, yeah, because after he scolded me that one time about like, and again, it's like if you don't tell me, what, huh? Okay, I'll be the backboard for you just to be like that, but never did get invited. Uh, I know, man. There's a lot of come on, man. There. Maybe some of these girls, if I could, they could see this. The girls I used to work with. I'm sure they're all married now and probably own fucking the world. Maybe they will talk because there's certain things I can't say, man. I can't do it as a man. I mean, I ain't gonna say, but there's a ton of. That's why I will kind of get more in depth on certain things, but I have to, yeah, I wish I could. For now, I can't. But look, I love y'all. Thanks for listening to me rant. Be blessed, Patton Oswalt. And all y'all be blessed. I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.